New Jersey student receives 5 hours of psychiatric testing for twirling pencil like a gun. Apparently, school officials in Sussex County, New Jersey, have lost their minds completely. A boy was suspended from school and forced to undergo psychiatric therapy and what looks like blood draw and a physical examination in order to be allowed to go back to school because a fellow student said he was twirling his pencil, quote, like a gun. Now, I don't know if it's even possible to twirl a number 2 pencil like a gun, considering a pencil is shaped more like a javelin than anything else. I could see maybe if you had your hand in the shape of a gun and you were holding the pencil on top of it, but that's not actually the action of twirling. That is the action of holding the pencil like a gun. Anyway, I digress. The point is, this is just another example of what happens when you have fear-based ignorance about guns mixed with the Sandy Hook official narrative, mixed in with zero-tolerance policies at school. And this is the end result. Stupidity. Let's go to the videotape, shall we?
A North Jersey teen says he was just twirling a pencil. His school says he was pointing it like a gun, so they suspended him. Was he a real threat, or did the school go too far? News 12 New Jersey's Douglas Clark has more from Sussex County.
7th grader Ethan Chaplin has been home from his school in Vernon for 2 days after getting in trouble in math class. He says he was just twirling a pencil with a pen cap on it.
And I was just holding it like this or like twisting it around.
The student behind him yelled out, "He's making gun motions, send him to juvie."
Ethan says the other student had bullied him earlier in the day and was now trying to retaliate, but the school told Ethan he was suspended pending the outcome of a psychological evaluation.
I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. I think it's gross misconduct at its finest. They took something so minimal and took it so far over the edge.
We spoke with the superintendent by phone. He says school policy and the law mandates he investigate whenever anyone in a school feels threatened or uncomfortable with the actions of another student.
We never know what's percolating in the mind of children, okay? And when they demonstrate behaviors that raise red flags, we must do our duty.
During
Demonstrate behavior that raises red flags? It's not like the kid went on Facebook and said, tomorrow I'm going to school with a gun and I'm going to murder my classmates. He was holding a frigging pencil, twirling it in his fingers. And apparently the kid behind him who had a beef with him screamed out, "Oh my God, he's holding the pencil like a gun or twirling the pencil like a gun. Send him to juvie." Do we see how easy it is for zero-tolerance retardation to be abused by adolescent children whose brains aren't even fully developed and can't even understand the consequences of what their actions may be on this kid and his future and his record and his family? Can't really comprehend their full actions. But you're just going to take this kid's word for it. They didn't even give the kid a chance to respond. They just suspend him and then make him undergo psychiatric and physical evaluations. Welcome to America with a K, ladies and gentlemen, the USSA, where we have a sickle and hammer and a swastika on our flag next to each other rather than the American flag. Just those two symbols superimposed over top of what the American flag used to represent. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's finish the video. Stupid superintendent. This is why I moved out of New Jersey. Sussex County, New Jersey. It's not far from where I grew up. Idiots.
Questioning, Ethan says administrators did not listen to his side of the story.
I was shocked because I'm like, how am I not going to come back to school for it? I didn't even do anything.
Ethan underwent a 5-hour physical and psychological evaluation, which came back clean. He's now waiting on word about when he can return to school. In Vernon, Douglas Clark, News 12, New Jersey.
All for a pencil with a pen cap on the back of it. A pencil with a pen cap. Probably the pen cap, somebody would say, well, why does he have a pen cap on the pencil? He probably had it on the front to protect the tip from getting broken off when he put it in his backpack. That's actually a smart idea. And since he was writing with it, he probably had the cap on the back, much like you would do with a pen when you were writing with it. Because, I don't know, pens and pencils are writing instruments, and the kid was in school, in a classroom. See, the teacher right away should have said, were you twirling the pencil like a gun? And then the kid could have said, no. And then he could have said, look, is there going to be a problem here? We have a class to teach. Let's move on. But no. The student behind him said the magic word, gun. So all of a sudden, full retard mode has to get set in. And now, once you go full retard, well, you can't go back after that. And you see what you have here. That's full retard, ladies and gentlemen. That is the school officials going full retard. You never go full retard, okay? Ever. These policies are stupid. Zero tolerance does not work. Okay, a kid being thrown out. This is just like the kid with the Pop-Tart. He was chewing a Pop-Tart in the shape of a mountain. The teacher perceived it to be a gun, and the kid got in trouble. Didn't matter that that's not what the kid was doing. Because the teacher perceived it that way, well, you got to get punished. And this stupid superintendent, well, you never know what ideas are percolating in the mind of a child. Really, dude? You need to be retired. First of all, the guy looks to be in his 70s, and he probably is in his 70s, and he sounds like he's in his late 60s, early 70s. Time to retire him and get somebody a little younger with maybe a little bit more common sense. And I'm not making fun of old people, but apparently this guy, maybe he's getting a little up there, and maybe he's, losing it. I don't know. Not using his common sense, if he hadn't to begin with. Maybe that's why he's an educator and he's so high up in the system that's so corrupt, because he doesn't have common sense. And he does stupid things like this and follows retarded rules like zero tolerance policies. It's like one size fits all. When was the last time you bought a pair of one size fits all gloves and they actually fit you? No. They're usually made for like huge people, and if you have medium to smaller hands, they don't fit, right? How many times have you seen somebody trying to wear a pair of one size fits all gloves, or a shirt, or maybe a jumpsuit or something, or a pair of pants or shorts? Or even socks. Doesn't happen, doesn't work. One size fits all does not work. Okay? You'd think we would have learned this by now. But here in the USSA, police state of America with a K, common sense is thrown out the window. Anybody in New Jersey, anybody in Sussex County, in Vernon, New Jersey, if you have your kids in that school, you need to maybe really rethink about having your kids in public school, and perhaps homeschool your children, ladies and gentlemen. Homeschool your children, because I know you won't suspend your old child for twirling a pencil in class. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Check me out on Twitter. 2 accounts, @FederalJack, and the other account is @DTRH_Popeye. So @FederalJack, that's the federaljack.com Twitter, and the Twitter for Down the Rabbit Hole with Popeye, that's me and my radio show, @DTRH_Popeye. @DTRH_Popeye. Check me out on Facebook, FedJack, and check out my website with all my radio show archives, federaljack.com. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We have to stand up to this idiocy. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Remember, as I tell you, the solutions to our problems are an inside job. I am out of here.